Welcome to Biz Alchemy, a podcast about creating a new business paradigm by women, for women. I'm your alchemical host, Jacquelyn Atkins, and I'm going to take you on an extraordinary adventure to create a business filled with ease, fun, spaciousness, and abundance. Hustle, be gone. Let's birth a new way. Hello and Happy New Year. I am so excited to be back that I am doing an unofficial podcast episode for you. What is that, you might ask? Well, as you could probably tell from the sound, I'm actually sitting overlooking the beach, and it's a little windy, so there might be some wind sound. I'm sure you can hear the ocean. It is a divine summer day here in Byron Bay. The dragonflies are buzzing around me. It's very beautiful. And I thought, well, you know what? It's a new year. Let me try something new for my Biz Alchemy tribe. And so I thought I would just do a spontaneous podcast recording with my little lapel mic. So yes, the quality will not be there, but the energy will be just as wonderful. In fact, maybe even more so, because I'm sitting out in nature. So I hope you've had a beautiful, restful yin period over the Christmas New Year break. I certainly did. I went inward. I had beautiful, nurturing time with my gorgeous children, adult children now, all in their 20s, but they came and stayed with me for a few days, and we just played. My kids are really into games. You know, we played Finska in the yard, we played Monopoly, we played Exploding Kittens, we did jigsaw puzzles. We just had so much fun. So I hope that you also had your heart filled during the season of, you know, it is a season of giving, and a season of receiving, and a season of being and sharing and connecting. So I hope that you had lots of that, and that your cup is full as you move into 2023 and rejoin with your business to plan for the year ahead. Now, just thinking about the business vision, I did just do a YouTube live stream, which I'll pop the link actually in the show notes, because you might like to have a listen to it, because in some ways it's leading into what I'm talking about here. But, you know, it's this time of the year where we're setting intentions, we're choosing our word for the year, and how aligned are you with the word? You know, that's the one thing. Like, how sometimes we can pick a word because we think we desire it, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not what really in our heart we are wanting to magnetize to us in the year. So sit with that first. Is this what you truly, is this the energy that you truly want to magnetize to you this year? But the most important thing, and what I didn't talk about in the live stream on YouTube, but I would like to talk about with you here, is, can you receive it? How open are you to receiving it? Because often we can be manifesting our little hearts out, or something that we want in our world, and actually we, at an energetic level, are not open to receiving whatever that thing is, and then wonder why. Well, what's wrong with me? Why am I not creating this thing? But in actual fact, we are not open to receiving it, and it could be from stories we hold, beliefs that we have. You know, who knows what lowers the frequency of our energy body and might create a gateway, if you like, or a doorway that blocks out that thing coming into us. You know, our receiving channels are just not open to receive that thing. So spend some time, once you've come up with your word or your phrase, if that's what you choose to do, spend some time thinking about, am I really willing to receive this? And as I mentioned in my live stream, I was thinking this morning as I walked on the beach about my word of the year, which is adventure. and that excites me so much. But I was also thinking about the fact that adventure is about stepping into the unknown. Adventure's a little bit scary. You know, adventure's putting yourself out there. You have no idea what the outcome is, but you know, or you are choosing to do something different, even though there are no guarantees of the outcome, which is what makes it an adventure in the first place. So what I realized is adventure is also inviting in challenges, because to expand through adventure means facing fears. And that's not always a walk in the park, as we know. But that's what makes adventure so exciting. I know adventure will lead, or has done in the past as well, and will continue to lead me into massive personal evolution. And also, like in the facing of some of those fears, you actually get like turbo charged forward in your evolution. So when I realized that, I went, well, am I ready to receive adventure? Am I truly ready to receive adventure, knowing that I will certainly have to face some fears through that? And I was like, yep, I am so ready. I am so ready for adventure. And I've already planned so many things that in my personal life and in my business that are an adventure for me this year. And I mentioned some of those in the live stream, so I won't double up. But one thing actually I did forget to mention, and it's again on the theme of travel, which is obviously going to be a big theme for me this year, but I've never been to the Great Ocean Road in Victoria, and two of my kids live in Melbourne now. And I said to my daughter Heidi, why don't we do a little trip and camp along the Great Ocean Road? And so this was late last year, so I said I'll come down in February, and we can only go for 3 nights because of her work. But I said I'll come down in February and let's do it. Anyway, in the meantime, I've planned my European Odyssey in May and June. And so when I was booking the flight to Melbourne, I thought, oh, no, you shouldn't do this. Hear the shouldn't do this, because you keep that money for Europe, because, you know, you want to take as much money as possible to Europe. And this little voice in me went, what's your theme for the year? And I went, oh, adventure. And I went, this is an adventure. It's something I've always wanted to do. The land is calling me, and how magical to do it with Heidi. So I just went, no, don't limit yourself in that way, Jacquelyn. Of course, you know, whatever money is spent there will come in, because God, I've been working, opening myself over the last 12 months to receiving through so many amazing channels, through the work I've done with my Patreon membership and the receiving channel. And it's so weird how those thoughts of limitations still come up. There's only so much of this, you know. So by having the word adventure as my word of the year, it's going to keep me on track. It's going to help me. It's going to magnetize me towards my vision for my life and business. So what I'm inviting you to do in this brief podcast episode is to sit with your word or your phrase, and how willing are you to receive it? Or at least observe yourself when you notice you're blocking yourself, like I was in that situation. After setting my word of the year as adventure, I almost didn't book the flights. And then just sort of at the last minute went, hang on. So observing that, you know, it's almost like it becomes your milestone. Oh no, it's not, milestone's not the word, but it becomes your barometer. It becomes your barometer for the year as to the choices that you are making. So will this choice bring me adventure? Like for me, you know, will offering this in my business, this particular course or session, does it feel like an adventure? Does offering this retreat in Glastonbury feel like an adventure? You know, so it's perfect for me. It feels like it will keep me on track. And that is the purpose of choosing these words. It's to keep you on track, to magnetize you towards your destiny, what you're here to do, who you're here to be. And as I mentioned in the live stream, this means that word can change. Okay, it's not constrained by a calendar. So you might find the word evolves as you evolve, as your business evolves. So that's my words of wisdom today. Just a short podcast episode. I will do a more formal, properly recorded podcast episode next week. But because I'm back in business this week, I wanted to come and say hello and send you absolutely magical blessings for 2023. I am excited to explore lots of new topics with you here on the podcast. And if you are interested in knowing more or learning more or opening yourself more to receiving, check out my Patreon membership at patreon.com/Jacquelyn Atkins. And it's a beautiful, beautiful group of women. We're doing very powerful work together. And it really has shifted the energy for so many of us around receiving and what we are receiving in our life. And just being connected into the abundance that this planet holds. So check out that membership if you would like a tribe like that to support you this year. So until next time, have an alchemical week in your biz.
Thanks for listening to Biz Alchemy. I'm Jacquelyn Atkins. If you'd love to know more about the energy of business, join my newsletter list at jacquelynatkins.com and check out my receiving channel on Patreon at patreon.com/Jacquelyn Atkins. Until next time, enjoy creating alchemy in your biz.